Okay, guys, so we're going to go through this round I had with Mason a little while back. Well, let's just get into it. You're going to see that we start off I'm actually in turtle, he's working toward a front head, and I come up into a sit-out. I get my head to the outside, get it underneath his armpit, reach for his leg, and come up onto a single leg. From there, I start reaching for his far hip, probably could have gone to his far knee, and I start trying to get around. Now, Mason jumps on a guillotine. The battle at this point is for the position of the leg that you can't see. So let's run it here. He needs to get his leg over the top of me, and you see that. So let's go back just a touch. Right here. Mason's left leg is the problem here. If I'm able to clear my left leg from the reach of his and get 2 knees on his left shin, I'm going to be able to pass in a body lock style pass relatively easily. However, if Mason gets his left knee outside my left hip and is able to roll over to his left hip, he could lock up a full guard or half guard guillotine. And it was on pretty tight. So we'll let it run here. Mason gets his knee to the outside. You can see him slowly working his knee to the outside as I insist on this kind of smash pass. He gets his left knee to the outside, and instead of throwing it over my back immediately, he throws it over my leg, and I concede bottom position and roll out of the guillotine. So what that looks like again is you'll see he slowly inches his knee to the outside right there. He got his left knee to the outside. Now I'm in trouble because he's got a hold of my neck, and he's also controlling my hips through 2 butterfly hooks. Now, it's going to be pretty difficult to finish the guillotine from butterfly guard. But when you're in butterfly guard, you're never far away from half guard. So he takes his foot out right there. He took his foot out and he hooked my right leg. Now, the good news is for me at this point is that he didn't throw his leg over my back. So I'm able to roll out, concede bottom position, don't get subbed. And I come up with this 1 butterfly hook in, 1 out, sort of in a quasi butterfly half guard, but with my knee not between his legs, and then we fall into this Z guard setup. Now he starts trying to staple my left arm. I shift out and I get to full guard. He starts trying to come over my knee. I keep 1 butterfly hook in, and I try to hook flip him with a scoop grip. Now I'm kind of working back and forth in between butterfly half and we'll call it wrestle up half. Mason does something really good there. Mason almost gets swept right here, and I have this deep underhook, but he elbow passes inside and takes the underhook back from me, and then pummels with his left hand to get a really good crossface, and then settles down into a really tight head and arm. Now, this worked before I got my right knee out of the half guard. During this scramble, we'll go back, I was able to pull my right knee. You'll see it right here. I pull my right knee out. Now, his head and arm, his cross-face underhook, is largely negated because this is not half guard passing anymore. And it's more difficult to pass butterfly guard with a cross-face underhook than it is half guard. because I have 2 legs to control his hips, as opposed to just 1 in half guard. So let's see what happens. We run it forward, and I lock up a pinch headlock. It's a terrible pinch headlock. I try to take him one way, and we end up going over. So he's extended over my butterfly hooks. I lock up what is a terrible pinch headlock, which is just a head and arm grip from bottom butterfly guard. I guess I'm pointing for somebody to move over there. Mason goes over the one hook. Right there, Mason sprawled over my left butterfly hook. As he feels extended, he did a right thing. He did a really good thing there. What that let me do, though, was off balance and back to my left. So I have his left arm trapped, so I want to go to his left with the sweep. He sprawls over the correct hook, but it allows me to set up this Hizaguruma action, which is just a foot on the quad, basically, of that leg, and lift with my right leg to complete the sweep toward my left. And we go over into mount. Now, I intentionally don't let go of this pinch headlock, because a pinch headlock on the bottom is very helpful for sweeping. But a pinch headlock from mount, as you can see, sets up katagatame, and it sets up back takes. So after you complete these sweeps, or this sweep in particular, you need to do your best to keep the shoulder crunch or the pinch headlock or whatever you have. So we end up on the back here. I have my feet crossed. This used to be something that I worried a lot about. It's something I used to get caught in, was this really stupid ankle lock that it's an embarrassment that it works, but it really does work. Shout out to Colton Guil. He caught me in competition with this ankle lock in overtime one time. But there are some tricks that you can do to get away with this if you feel better and more secure crossing your feet. I feel like it also helps set up a body triangle, even though I've got my feet crossed the wrong way if I wanted to set up a body triangle here, but I don't in this particular scenario. So here, you'll notice what I'm doing with my left arm. Now this is called, some guys call this a Dagestani handcuff, because Khabib did it a lot. From what I can tell, it's been around for a long time. I guess that's just a new name, I don't know. But it works really well, and you should definitely be doing it. So you'll see that I'm applying that to his primary defensive arm, which is his arm that is opposite of my choking arm. That arm is where most of the resistance is going to come from when you're trying to work in a rear naked strangle. From this position, all he really has is the pulling force of his right arm to negate my strangle. So as we let it run, you'll see I'm pummeling both my choking hand and my head into position to tighten up the one arm strangle before pulling out of the handcuff position and throwing on a good rear naked. Guys, I think we're going to leave it there for now. That's enough of me talking. Thanks for watching. This is my first go around. I know it's going to be sloppy. Hey man, you clicked on it. Sorry about it. You guys have a good one. Happy training.